Good evening, this is a foreigner in the Philippines. Well, I'm just going to, because of our help with Roselyn, which you might remember, that's the young lady that has really bad acne, and it's affecting her life a great deal because she is a target for bullies at school. Anybody that looks a bit different is a target at school. Don't you know that? Well, amazingly, I'm just putting in my password so that I can read a letter that I got. See now, Paul in Australia, he said, I know very well that feeling, as I was put into a convent at 2. Let me put my glasses on and I might be able to read this to you. It says, as I was put into a convent at 2 years old with my twin brother, I was bullied most of my life. A friend of mine also was bullied at school, tried to commit suicide. She slashed her wrists in first year high school. They took her out of school and put her into a mental home. So someone needs to watch over Roselyn, a family member perhaps, so she does not do anything to hurt herself. Well, I don't think there's no indication at all that she is not handling it to that degree, so, or failing to handle it to that degree. But this is a problem about bullying. If you define bullying, it is someone who seeks to find someone that they perceive as being weaker than themselves so that they can exert power over them to make themselves feel better and stronger. Now, I don't know, maybe Webster's dictionary has a different definition of that, but that one suits me for the sake of this discussion. Now, here's the irony. Eventually, when someone is bullied enough, they actually hit back. And when they hit back, because especially if they have been very silent or passive about the way that they've been bullied, it comes as a big shock to the person that is the bully. Now, I'll give you I'll give you a couple of good examples actually that are quite funny. When I was a kid at school, I got bullied a lot by the guy that sat next to me at school, and he was backed by his cronies. He was the smallest of, but still bigger than me, of kids who liked to do this kind of thing, and they encouraged him and goaded him on. And of course he poked and poked and poked, and in the end I got really sick of it, and I turned and I said, don't do that. Oh, of course his friends all said, oh, maybe he's not so scared of you after all. So they turned on their own little bully. And then just at that moment, me having stood up for myself, the teacher comes along and said, all right, what's going on here? And what does my bully do? I mean, no, it's not me, sir. He said he wants to fight me, you know. And so the teacher looks at me and says, are you making trouble again? See how it can work? So, even though I smarted a bit from having been accused of starting all the trouble, I was out of the woods and I didn't get bullied again. Now, when I had my stepson Paul, who was a terrific karate, he was terrific in karate, a complete natural, just could do the box splits from a very early age. The kid was strong. I got a real wake-up call with him once. We went down to Brighton and we're throwing stones into the sea, and he was like 10 years old. He could throw pebbles further than I could. That made me take notice. Well, we went to karate for a couple of years, sometimes 3-4 nights a week. We just got right into it and we went together. Now, I was no great star, but he was something. And then one day we're talking and it seems that he's being bullied at school. And I said, hold on, you were being bullied at school? And he said, yeah. So I said, what happens? Well, they come up and start saying this and that, you know. I said, so let me tell you what happens. Some kid comes up and he's got some kids with him who are giving him support without actually doing anything. And they get right in your face, and then perhaps one of them even pushes you a little, but you don't do anything, right? And Paul said, yes, that's what happened. So I said, now, Paul, what happened to your defense? You could have knocked any one of these kids down. You could have defended yourself against any one of these. Why didn't you? Well, you know, I didn't, I don't know, I didn't like it. I didn't, you know how kids are. What's happening? Well, nothing. So I said, when you come home tonight, I'm going to help you to find your defense. And when he came home that night, I had prepared, in his absence, I had prepared a broom handle, and I put on the broom handle, I packed around the end of the broom handle, I packed a load of newspaper so that it was tight and it was about the size of a fist, like this. And then I pulled a sock over that and tied a bit of string around it so it was secure right on the end. It was a padded, like a padded club. Now I said, Paul, all right, come and stand here. I'm going to help you to find your defense. Now I warned him, I'm going to hit you with this pole like this. Not like that, okay? Like this. And you're going to find your defense. Well, as soon as I did that, and I didn't hold back, I did it as fast as I could. Back, back, like that. I couldn't touch the kid. Of course I couldn't touch him. He was a natural. So I said, right, here's what we're going to do. Tomorrow when you go to school, I'm going to be waiting for you. Oh, that was it. He had received a warning from these 3 heroes that they were going to get him after school tomorrow. I said, this is good. Now, I'm going to go to school with you. I'll be there to meet you tomorrow. I said, but I'm not going to reveal myself, and you look like a Filipino, and I look like a white guy. So they'll never guess who I am. I said, now when these 3 start to try and rough you up, I'm going to grab 2 of them by the scruff of the neck, and you're going to beat the crap out of the one that's trying to beat the crap out of you. And I'll make sure that the other 2 don't join in. And then when you've finished with the first one, you can have a go at the second one. And we'll have a level playing field. Well, it won't be level because you're going to be such a surprise for these guys. But here's the funny thing that happened. Something happened inside Paul's head. He realized that he didn't have anything to fear from these 3 heroes, and they never bothered him again. Now, I told him, if one of them does, don't hit them in the face, hit them in the body, and you can put them out. You can give them some severe pain if you do that, just like you've been taught in our karate. So I said, no giving bloody noses, which they'll carry like a badge of honour to the principal, and you'll be in dead trouble, and so will I. You give him a punch to the gut. So that changed him, and he never got bullied again. I don't think he didn't get in any fights, but he never got bullied again. Now, when I saw him many, many years later, when he came to see me in America, I said to him, did that, what I did that actually help you? I said, because it felt like I was being perhaps a bit cruel at the time. Did it help you? And he says, yes, it did. He said, but let me tell you a little story. He said, later, when I'd left school, I was walking along in that area close to the school, and our three heroes, as you used to call them, Dad, were walking along. He said, and I went over and I said, remember me? Now, I don't have to tell you the end of that story, but they went away smarting, I can tell you. So, it's important when you do respond to a bully that you realize that they're a bully because they take advantage of people who they perceive as being weaker than they are. And the chances are, as in my case in school, you will be called the bully, or you will be called the aggressor, when actually all along they have been the aggressor. Now, it may stop them from being upfront, but it also may drive them underground, and they will still do their stuff. We have one now, calls himself Candyman. You know who you are, and so do we. Okay, that's enough from me, all about bullying. Our little Roselyn is going to be fine. She has also had someone who has pledged to help her, and what we have to do is just find out how we can help her the best. So we'll be following Roselyn's story, and it's a story, according to the personal messages that I've had, that resonates with a lot of people. Practically everyone has suffered the whole bullying trip, and at one point or another you have to stand up. You have to. And then it's up to you to decide how you're going to there progress after that, proceed after that. You have to stand up. You get the change of mind up here, like Paul did. And then, well, life goes on, and your little bully, whoever he is, will be thinking twice about the next time that he comes over to have a little bit of fun. This is all from me. I'm a foreigner in the Philippines.
Please like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel. Good evening, God bless, and thank you for continue watching and supporting our channel. Have a good day.
Bye for now.